Yo, what's up, Syrup? Welcome in. We are back for our third ever Go Getter interview. I got the homie here listening in right now, so I say we go ahead and get started. Everyone, I would like to introduce you to my humble friend over here, Racing Dragon. What's up, my man?
Hello. How you doing?
Good. How's it going, man?
It's going well. It's going well. Starting to warm
Good.
up outside.
Yeah, it's finally starting to warm up. That's always good. So,
Been doing a lot of fishing.
yeah, yeah, I like fishing as well. So that speaks to my heart. I've been fishing since I was 6, 5, 6 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can't get enough of it, man. I'm sure you're the same.
Yeah.
So,
Recently, yeah.
basically, this is just a little interview to get to know people within our community, the Go Getters Club. And with that being said, go ahead and introduce yourself and let us know who you are. What is it more than just fishing for you, or who are you?
I, my name is RacingDragon0107 on Twitch, on all platforms, actually, now that I think about it. Um, Passions are racing, big into racing. Fishing is a reignited passion as of recently. And video games has always been one for about 19 years. I've been gaming for a long 19 years. Now I'm planning on stopping. That's in my bio, and that's the truth.
Right on, man. Right on, man. So, we'll just get into it as long as you're good with that. So when did your streaming journey officially start for you?
It started well, there's 2 technically. I started the first time with a different account just as my gamer tag. Give me one second, let me remove this, browser source. Let me delete that because I don't want anything going off in my ears, I can't focus. Alright,
You're good. You're
and
good,
so I
dude.
started the first one, like, during COVID, I think it was just Dragonboy0107. I didn't know about doing any of the advertising or networking or any of that good stuff. I just kinda did it for fun. I just click go, like how most people start. Just click go, no face cam, no nothing. I don't even think I had a mic back then. And, I only ever got that one up to, like, 7 followers, mostly my friends. I gave up on that one, and then you're all good, Fire, no worries. And then I started this one back up. I don't know why, but I was watching a lot of content like YouTube, Twitch, um, just a lot of content in general, shorts, all that good stuff, and I thought, I can do that too. So I started this one back up in January 6th of this year.
Sweet. Sweet. So what made you come back to it then?
Just all the other content that I saw other people making, and I figured I like to make people laugh, I like to be entertaining. I was always kind of the class clown,
Yeah.
making other people laugh, and I figured I don't really have a creative outlet other than this. I don't draw, I don't do anything else, so I figured I might as well have some kind of hobby or something to do, really, other than just parenting and working.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't it crazy, like, I know for me, once I started getting into it, like how much the creativity can kind of shape the content and like make it your own. You know what I mean?
Oh, insanely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, it just tailors to you. As long as you be yourself, your content kind of shapes around it's a mold almost. As long as you let it flow, it yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So, um speaking on content, that's all obviously like one of my cores is I want to be one of those content creators that also streams on Twitch rather than the other way around, if that makes sense.
Right.
Um
Right. Instead being a
and
streamer who makes content.
correct, correct. So,
Mhm.
um where do you see your content creation journey going for you? Is it kind of like pushing one of those passions that you have as far as like racing, fishing, something like that, or
The content creation at the moment is more of like a side thing. It's not my main focus. My main focus is the streaming. Because if I'm being honest, I don't know how to edit. I don't know how to really do any of the things that go into content creation to make it look fancy. Like I have a video up on YouTube that has like basic CapCut edits, to it, and that's like the best of my knowledge, in all honesty. But is it something that I would like to learn, that I'd like to branch off into YouTube more? Oh, for sure. So it could definitely be a passion,
I gotcha.
but I haven't
I, g-
really tapped it yet.
I gotcha. So you're kind of interested in learning more of that
Yeah,
that
yeah.
aspect? Have you looked into DaVinci Resolve at all?
I was watching your video actually last night a little bit about DaVinci, but I fell asleep mid-video. I can't be honest.
It's all
I was
good.
so tired.
It's overly intimidating. Once you get into it,
Mm,
granted, I've been using it for about 4 years now. It's a lot easier to work with. But getting into it, I know, knowing nothing about video editing or anything, how intimidating it can be and like how overwhelming it can be. So, as always, any help that you need with it, I would love to help you out with it. Um, any questions or anything like that, feel free to shoot me something. So, um, what type of shift gears a little bit? What type of content do you watch on YouTube? If we like exclude learning things, this, that, or the other,
Right.
what is that entertainment value on YouTube that you search for?
I watch a lot of, other gaming content to, like, see how, not really comparison in a way, but, like, try and learn things. But there's also this content that I watch to enjoy, so, like, it really depends on the game, but Markiplier is a main one. If he plays anything, I'll watch it. I love
Yeah,
Markiplier. And then there's some in-person things too that it's, um I don't remember if your channel is 18 plus or not, but has to do with some substances.
yeah,
Yeah, but it's I don't wanna make that kinda content though, I gotta be honest.
right, right. You want to do
More of a
just
gaming.
like a gaming, entertaining, something that's
Yes.
valuable, something to kind
Yeah.
of like laugh about and escape, the day to day life sort of
Yeah,
deal,
or
right?
like, or just doing, like, vlogging. Like, that
Yeah,
kinda stuff would be fun. Like, doing fishing vlogs or hiking vlogs would be entertaining.
dude, they're
Be able
killing
to
it right now too.
Yeah. It's also another way for people to, like, peer into things past just sitting at a desk in the basement. They can see more of my lifestyle, I guess. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
It
I
has
don't
a
know.
deeper layer
That's
to the person.
If you make like a fishing vlogging thing, I will probably be your number one fan because that's a lot of the content that I digest on YouTube.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of fishing stuff recently.
Yeah, like
Once
the
it started
homies
to
that
warm up.
one of the homies that just put a GoPro on their chest and they just fish and talk, man. I can't get enough of it. Slam a big old bass and dude, you're speaking my language, man.
What's up, G Spots?
So,
How you doing?
um,
Yeah, no, I'd wanna do that, and I even been looking at GoPros on Marketplace and whatnot. They're pretty cheap at the moment. If you go like Hero
yeah,
4, Hero 5, because it's at like 10 now. I didn't know that. I
yeah,
didn't know we were that far into GoPros.
yeah. I think I've got the 9, and I don't even use it, man.
The last one I
Um,
had was 4, dude.
Hey, so real quick, we realized during the interview that we didn't set up co-streaming at all, so I just simply cut that out. So let's get back to it. We set up the stream sharing thing, and then I think homie got a phone call, so I was trying to respect him.
Yeah, you're all good though. No worries.
Um, yeah. So, what's your plan with streaming then? Where you wanting to take it? Where you wanting to go with it? Stuff like that.
I mean, to be honest with you, there really was no plan. Um, I started and then I had one dude jump in by the name of Your Mom's Trap Band here on Twitch. And then he introduced me to Augie and everything kind of skyrocketed. There was no plan. I kind of just did it for fun.
Yeah,
Um, but now I feel like it could be something more than just fun. So I'm aiming for that, but it's not my expectation. You get what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Definitely,
it's a
definitely.
dream, it's an aspiration, it's a goal, but it's not my expected reality.
I got you. Yep. So, what do you think it's going to take for you to achieve making this dream become a reality?
A whole lot of hard work. Uh, More networking than I'm doing now, that's for damn sure. Because I'm not I've gotten into a bubble of communities that I'm comfortable with, and I kinda stopped branching out, and I need to continue doing that. It's gonna take a whole lot more networking than I've done,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
and stepping
What
up
does
content for sure. Learning how to do all the cool stuff that you do on OBS, it'll take that too. I gotta step up my content, it's pretty basic at the moment, but it'll get there. It'll get there. Cause it's only been 3.5 months. The 3-month mark just passed on the 6th, so the channel is really in its infancy at the moment.
yeah. So you've only been doing this for 3 months. That's
Mm.
kind of that's wild, man. It's absolutely
Yeah.
wild.
So, I mean, it just skyrocketed, it blew up. I don't know how or why it happened, but it's been a blessing. I'm very
Yeah.
thankful for everybody that's ever tuned into it
Yeah.
because it's
So
been mental.
when did you get affiliate then?
Um, it's a good question. CJ February 19th, I think?
February 19th. Damn. Damn it. When did you start this channel again?
January 6th.
So you got it in a month.
Yeah, month and a couple days.
That's kind of unheard of. How did how did you get it that fast?
To be completely honest with you, it was just shoving it in front of everyone and anyone and everyone's face. And then it took Augie did a whole lot of work too. He carried me on his back. I'm surprised he's still walking. You know what I mean? Like, he should be crippled with the amount of carrying he did. But
Huh.
it was really just finding a community that was driven by a man that's passionate with seeing other people succeed.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
And then that kind of energy drove me to want to succeed and blow up in a way that no one's seen before.
Mhm. I
Like,
know
I wanna make them proud because they put the effort forth to put me where I am or to help
yeah.
me get where I am.
Yeah. Absolutely. I know a lot of us fall into that trap, especially like early on and starting out, that it it's so easy to sit there for like 12 hours to one viewer, and you'll fall in that trap of affiliate of like just getting a lot of hours racked up with low viewers, and it's so hard
Yeah,
to come back from, you know.
yeah. I got to the point that it was, 92 hours, I think, with, like, a 1.2 average, and I took the advice of those around me to just take, like, 2 weeks off to let my average die down,
Yeah.
and then it got to the point that I just asked anyone and everyone for just lurk, help me out with it so I can get some views on there. Again, put it in front of anyone and everyone's face, and
Hmm.
obviously, not everyone did it. Not everyone will do it,
Right.
but if they like
Yeah.
the content and they know that you're live, then they can watch it. If they don't know, then how are they supposed to be there?
Yeah. Exactly. So back to your streaming plans and stuff like that, and making your dream kind of come through flourish and become a reality rather. Are you planning on going full time with it or anything? Or what would it take for you to kind of achieve on a goal aspect of making this a full time career sort of opportunity?
I'm not I'm not sure. I mean, I thought about figuring out a way to take an extended leave from work to just go full time, go hard on it. Because I
Yeah.
think that my main disadvantage right now is the fact that I start so late. Like, I start at 7:30 Central Standard, and I've done ones in the morning, like when I work later in the morning. I've
Hmm.
started there, and my averages seem to be higher in the morning or during the day on my days off. It seems to have more eyeballs. So I feel like if I were to go balls to the wall with it, that would be the thing. Take like an extended leave from work to go full time with it. But I also think that that's unrealistic in my current situation.
Yeah.
But I think that it would take more day streams to get to where I want to be. to get more eyeballs. And then networking and growing the YouTube would help a lot too. Growing the YouTube, growing the Instagram, because they're not small. They get a lot of views. They get decent amounts of views, like thousands of views, but it doesn't really translate onto Twitch.
Yeah.
So I think that's really what it is right now. I'm stuck in that phase of having to play guessing games with what do I got to change? What do I got to figure out with my schedule, with the content, with anything to get growth out of it, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm
Yeah.
kind of talking in
No.
circles.
No. No, you're good. You're good. We're doing fine. It's kind of like one of those things. You have to build a following on multiple platforms, and you
Exactly.
have to build a following for certain types of niches on certain types of platforms. And then you have to kind of decide how you can convert through, like, anytime you provide a link to any other website. I think there's a study that shows there's only a certain amount of conversion rate that allows you to those viewers to make it to where you ultimately want them to make it to, right?
Jesus Christ. Hold on. I alerted her. Oh, fix those. Number one. Number two, why are they so loud? I don't know. I think they're done. My
Thanks
bad.
for the follow, Lim Sour.
Yeah, I
Appreciate you.
appreciate the follows, but my alerts are broken at the moment, so they blast in my ears and I can't hear anything.
I was wondering what was going on.
They repeat too. It's like a two. It does it twice, and they just blast in my ears. The second time is always louder. I don't know what I did.
I
Maybe it's
gotcha.
something.
But yeah, so you have to build like a following on each platform, and then you have to figure out how you can convert each follower to each specified platform. And that is legitimately the hardest point. Like,
Yes.
on every other platform, every other social media platform, I have more followers than Twitch by
Really?
like a lot, dude. Like a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah.
Mine's flipped. My Twitch is the biggest out of all of them by far. Like
Mm.
I think I'm in the 40s on Instagram, and on YouTube I'm in the tens.
So I guess my question would be, what platform are you the most active on? Twitch,
Twitch
probably.
by far. By far. Yes. I mean, I post clips pretty commonplace on Instagram and YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
but I'd say that Twitch is the main thing because those clips come from Twitch. So Twitch is by
Right.
far the biggest platform for me.
I gotcha. See, I would say mine would be the YouTubes
Yeah.
because trying to be a content creator, um, I kind of look at a lot of videos that I watch as like inspiration for ideas, um, and not really try to copy anybody or anything like that, but just kind of like get inspiration, get ideas. And I spend a lot
Yeah.
of time talking to other people on YouTube. I mean, there's always a stream up in the background that I'm talking to like chat or something on, but you know, it is what it is. Um, so what what are some other things that think you achieved affiliate so quick on? Like, what do you think some other things that helped you other than Augie, um, taking the week break, stuff like that, putting it in front of, multiple people's faces? Was it networking and talking to people on the back end, or
Yeah. Yeah. It was going into just about anyone's stream and just trying to make friends with people. Like if they were in the same kind of niche or they were doing similar content, then I would try and go in and like collaborate with them or talk to them and see if they wanna like share chat or any of that kind of thing. So it was really just networking or going into other people's discords and getting to know other communities as well. Like that's how I met you was through Mass's community.
mm-hmm.
So it was really just going into other people's streams and networking with everyone in there and getting to know everybody and not really like I don't know, it felt kind of fake in a way at first. I don't know why, because it was like genuine connections, you know what I mean? But it felt almost scummy on my end to be like, "Hey, I'm here. Wanna be friends?" At first it felt
Yeah.
like that, but then I realized that that's kind of just what networking is,
Yep.
kinda what you have to do,
Yeah.
but there's ways to go about it that are respectful and that are disrespectful, and I learned that line pretty quickly. I stepped on one person's toes one time, and that's all it took was for me to be like, "Whoa, okay, I got you." And you learn the etiquette pretty quickly, but if you don't get a hold of the etiquette, I feel like it can go really badly for you.
Yep. Yep. You can kind of tell pretty quick what a person's motives are. Um, if they're like genuinely invested on building a relationship and a friendship with you, or the other aspect,
Right.
the other side of the aisle. You can
Yep.
tell that pretty quick for a lot of people.
Yeah. That's what I noticed as
Um,
well.
so mm, what else do you want to talk about? What kind of so actually let's talk about your PC. What kind of what PC you running, what kind of software you running, stuff like that.
I'm running, a PC, a custom build from iBuyPower with
Okay.
a i9 14900K, Corsair liquid cooled for it. It's 360 millimeters for that. It's got 7 fans in a total with a 4070 Super PNY. It's like 64 gigs of RAM, DDR5, and 2 terabytes of hard drive. Pretty much, I mean, everything I'm running, I ran past you.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I
Yeah, I
know,
went to the
but
move
people
because of
people
you.
don't know that. People don't know that. So the reason
I mean,
I'm
the
bringing
other
that
option
up,
was the 98, 100 X3D. That was the other option, but, I mean, for content creation or, like, multitasking, just Intel seems the better way to go, and if you put a liquid cooler on it, my temps haven't been concerning whatsoever, so,
yeah,
not
that's
sure what the internet was talking about on that one.
it's been a hot topic through a lot of people that have been reaching out to me of like what are the bare minimum specs. Would you say the i9 14900 out of your experience would be the lowest on the tier, or is that
No,
excessive?
absolutely not. I went excessive on everything. I can't even
Yeah.
deny that. I went mad excessive. Yeah, no. Even, like, getting specs from other people, I was like, "Oof, I went way overboard," but my goal was to be solid for, like, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
I don't wanna have to tinker with it, I don't wanna have to upgrade anything other than to clean it. I don't wanna have to worry about it.
right,
So, that's kind of why I went overboard with it, was not really future proofing, but I just wanted to have more th I wanted it to be capable of more than I needed to be capable of,
right, right.
but that's also me. I tend to go overboard with a lot of things. That's just how I am, I guess.
Yeah, well, I think there's value there because like why are you going to buy something? Why are you going to waste money when you could pay like 100, $200 more and then just,
Yeah,
you know, be over the top on everything and then not bottleneck yourself into,
that
you
was the
know,
main thing. Yeah, and it was also I didn't want to have to worry about tearing it apart or upgrading it or bringing it somewhere to upgrade it in, like, a year or 2 because I don't understand it enough to wanna tear it apart at the current moment. That's why I didn't build it myself.
right?
But, like, if you're talking minimum specs for streaming and whatnot, I've met plenty of streamers that are running, like, 7700X with, like, a 1080. Like, I one of my buddies that I play Outbreak with is running that in streams. It's not, like, high quality stream, it's, like, 30 FPS, but it does the job.
Can you are we sharing chat?
Yes,
It's getting
I believe so.
confrontational.
Are we?
Walrus didn't
Is it
like the
getting
intel.
confrontational?
Walrus didn't like the intel.
Oh, didn't like the intel, huh? I almost went AMD, I almost did. I don't know if we are sharing chat. Little momento, friend.
Yeah, you have to click the deal. You have to do the thing.
Dang, current session. I have to do the thing. The gosh darn thing. I didn't do the thing. That's crazy.
I love you, Walrus. We just have
Or do
differing
you have the
opinions.
green button? Because it's not showing a button for me.
What? Here's these technical difficulties we were talking about the other day.
It's a part of life, is what we do. Yeah, because I'm seeing the shared chat, but it's not showing me a button for it.
Aha!
There we go. Now it's on.
Aha!
It was
We
like, I
fixed
think the
it.
host has to do it on it, but I'm not 100% sure.
I thought you were a host. Not gonna lie.
Lars didn't like the AMD or the Intel.
Exactly. It's not a real stream. That's what I was telling Racing Dragon the other day. I was in his stream and he's like, I'm sorry, I'm having issues. And I'm like, homie, that is streaming 101. If you don't have any issues, you're doing it wrong.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So
Half of being a streamer is being a tech wizard trying to figure out everything going wrong.
yeah, agreed. So yeah. What about software? What kind of software you use? You still running OBS?
Yeah, OBS. I mean, I tried to play Streamlabs or I tried to use
Slobs.
Streamlabs way back when I first started, but for some reason the interface is more like handholdy in my opinion, and I
Mm-hmm.
dislike that. I dislike it. Um,
Yeah.
I'd rather struggle and figure it out the hard way and not have it be so handholdy because it got in my way more than it helped me, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
I think like the biggest problem that I have with Streamlabs is it's OBS, and then not only is it like a subscription based service that you have to pay for the plugins that I can run through OBS for free, I have to pay additional like prices for add-ons
yeah,
for slobs, and it's just now
yeah.
OBS
I
there is
didn't
a go ahead.
I didn't get that far into it to realize that there's add-ons that you have to pay for, but yeah, I realized that the extensions on OBS just seem to work better for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed. Um so OBS, what else do you use? Anything from Elgato?
I don't think so. I run OBS and then I run the Go XLR Mixer app
Okay.
to be able to tune the microphone and give it enough gain and everything. Because with it being an SM7B, it requires like 60 decibels of gain.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous,
Yeah.
but the Go XLR can handle it. So I just have a Go XLR Mini.
Got you.
Yeah.
um what about, are you only streaming on Twitch, or what are your thoughts on multi-streaming?
I thought about moving to YouTube to stream as well, like multi-streaming to YouTube and Twitch, but it tells me that I have to have more subscribers, so I have to focus on building the YouTubes in order to do that. But that is the eventual goal, is to branch out to other platforms on top of the one I'm already on, because that just the exposure, like I've said before, just got to get in front of anyone and everybody.
I got you. um I don't know how I feel about it personally, multi-streaming. Do you ever feel like it may be damaging to communities?
Potentially, I feel like if your community on YouTube and your community on Twitch clash, it could be damaging to it.
Right.
Um, I don't think that far ahead. I gotta be 100% honest with you, Ben. I'm a very impulsive person, and I
Ah.
don't tend to think too far ahead when I'm doing things. I kind of run in the moment,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also a quality that I'm trying to fix with trying to make this become a business. I'm trying to have more forethought in what I do and in my actions.
I got you. It's like, I don't know, it's like Walrus said, it's a juggle. The only thing that I think is damaging about it is like there's a lot of streamers you have to have a lot of like checks and balances. So like
Yeah.
I'm very ADD, very, very ADD. So if there's a conversation happening and we're having a conversation, me and you, I'm the viewer, you're the streamer. And then all of a sudden you like derail in a sense and you start doing this conversation way over here that I have no idea. And I'm like, dude, what is a homie talking about? And then you realize he's multi-streaming and he doesn't see, you know,
Yeah.
both
Yeah.
chats. That kind
That
of
was
shit drives me
also
nuts, man.
yeah, I've noticed that when I go to watch live streams on YouTube, I've noticed a lot of times they have a multi-stream and it's like that.
Hmm.
So I can see what you're talking about with that being potentially damaging or how Walrus says a juggle for sure. Yeah. But I think it would be more I would do a live stream on YouTube and then I would do a live stream on Twitch, not necessarily juggle them at the same time.
Oh, you wouldn't multi-stream in tandem with one
Yeah.
another.
Yeah.
I got you.
I think it would be a better idea person because I'm as you said, you're ADD, I'm ADHD. So
I
I'm
gotcha.
not sure that I could handle that because I can barely handle a super busy chat on top of gameplay.
Yeah.
But especially when I first started the channel, I was a lot more into well, not I shouldn't say a lot more into, but I was doing a lot more sim racing. I can't necessarily do any right now because I have to build a whole rig. And I do plan on making a uh YouTube videos about that because I wanna make my own rig for sim racing, but I was doing a lot more of that, and trying to read chat while I was racing was very difficult for me.
Oh, I bet.
So,
I bet.
yeah. So I think that that would be more of like a YouTube live stream or a YouTube video type content versus live streaming content because I have also noticed that talking to chat and engaging with chat leads to a whole lot more people staying, and it leads to a lot more success than just watching them play and then they say something in chat, they don't get anything back and they leave because 'cause they're
Right.
bored.
Right.
Like, especially when it was racing content, it was after a couple laps, it would people would tend to fall off because I'm on the same track. I'm doing the same thing over and over, but that's what racing is. And it also helps me weed out the people that aren't truly into that kind of thing. Because I would see in chat, people would tell like, the people that would come in that would be really into it, they would be more not trying to get my attention for anything, but trying to help me improve,
Yeah.
like saying, "Oh, go closer to that inside curb," or "You went wide," or whatever. So it would help me weed it out, but it was such a small niche that I felt the need to expand a little bit. And then I finally got drug into Fortnite by, D Savage and Augie and Stoner
Yeah.
after a long 5 years of telling Savage I would never play that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Savage in person, I've known him for a long time. So, I told him forever I would never play that game, and then I'm hooked on it now. So,
Look at you now. Look where we are now, playing Fortnite.
I do feel like Fortnite also led to a lot of growth because of how big it is at the current
Yep.
moment. Because when I was sim racing, I noticed it was steady, but it wasn't skyrocketing in the way that did the second I touched Fortnite. The moment I
Yep.
touched Fortnite, it kind of blew up.
Um, so you seem like you're very in on the analytical side of streaming. You kind of strike me as a person that follows your numbers very closely. Can you speak more on that, like what you're kind of looking for when you look at analytical data and stuff like that?
I'm not really looking for anything in specific. I'm not really hunting for numbers, I would say. You know what I mean? Like I don't have any specific goals in my numbers, but I do keep an eye on them because I want to see how consistent I can be on an inconsistent platform. I feel like anyone that has streamed for a long time, let me know if you've experienced this yourself, Ben, but my numbers have been very up and down. It very much depends on the time that I stream, the day that I stream on, who else is streaming at the same time. All these kinds of different factors that you can't really control.
Hmm.
So I like to fiddle around with little factors and like little times when I start, when I'm playing, all these other things to see what it does to the numbers. I really just have curiosity more than number hunting.
Yeah.
I like, I'm not a statistical guy. but seeing the graphs and seeing growth in that shape and form, I don't know. It's a sense of pride, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I
It's
also don't let it get me down when it's bad numbers.
right. Yeah, it's kind of like quality reassurance, right? It's kind of like one
Mm,
of those um am I doing well? It's a good like monetary value of gauging if you're being successful or not in the direction you want to
yeah,
go, right?
yeah,
Is probably the best way that I can say it. Me, when I first started out, since you asked, I was very focused on the trendy bullshit, like Walrus just said, the statistical aspect of it, trying to get my numbers up as fast as I could. I got burnt out, took a year off. I would highly suggest anyone to stray away from that. Um, that being said, as of right now, kind of like jumping off the scale of just sitting here and playing video games, doing more stuff like this, kind of coming outside the box and like being more creative with it, trying to be like a creative aspect with my streaming. My numbers are seeming to do this more
mhm,
steadily, like a more sustainable long term growth instead of the
yeah,
like up and down, up and down, up and down sort of
yeah.
deal.
I mean, I
So,
could I could imagine that with like, if you can find some way to do a series in the way that you're doing it, like with the interview series, or, I also see that consistency with anything that seems to be a series in general. When I
yep,
play, like, Schedule One, I turned that into kind of like a streaming series, and it holds more consistency than doing 3 streams of Fortnite.
yep,
It does seem to hold a lot more consistent viewers, and people wanna be there for it, and they wanna see it. Excuse me. So, I would agree that branching out, I mean, that's still the video game side of thing, that's not branching out in the way that you're talking about, but I can imagine that it would have consistent growth in the way that my my series of video games do.
no, and I think you're saying the same thing though, right? Because like I I believe there has to be stakes. There has to be like a some type of value in the content that we digest as people.
Yeah,
And as soon as you figure out a way to consistently bring that type of value aspect in like certain segments or like being creative with it, that's what people hone in on.
yeah, and I
You know what
think
I mean?
that's the skill that I'm really trying to build, and the thing that I'm trying to find is what is my value? Like, what is the thing that makes me unique and can make I can build like a, brand around. You know what I mean?
Yep.
'Cause I don't really have any branding at the moment. I'm just me.
Right.
Because of the fact that it's been such rapid growth, I didn't really have any chance to build a genuine, brand or idea of who I am as Racing Dragon, you know?
Right. Yep. Absolutely. Um, so back to how about like gaming and stuff like that? Where did gaming begin for you? I know you talked about fishing when you were early
Yeah.
on in your life, but
Gaming started, let's see, back when I was 2004, I wanna say. Was getting babysat by another dude with the same name as me, but he was in college and he had a black and white Atari. That was the first game console that I ever laid my eyes or hands on to play. It's a black and white Atari. I remember playing Pong. I did the Formula One, the racing game that was on Atari. And then shortly after that, that same year, I got a PlayStation 2, I want to say. I
there's
got a
that alert
PlayStation
again.
2. Yeah. I got a PlayStation 2, and I got really hooked on Battlefront 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Hell
This
yeah, brother.
might have been
Hell yeah.
2005. I'm really bad with the years. Might have been 2005, but the the Dragon Boy era of my gaming journey really started when the Xbox 360 came out. And that was and has been my gamer tag throughout my entire journey on Xbox. So it really started with I would say that my gaming journey started on the PlayStation 2, but I really honed in on gaming and it became a part of my personality and who I am with the Xbox 360.
Yep. Yep. Um, so talking about your early life and stuff like that, instead of like going down the Xbox 360, because I mean, Walrus and myself, like, I think that was the staple of both of us was the 360. Like
Yeah.
MW2, dude, how big was that game in
Modern
your
Warfare 2
life?
is huge. Huge.
Right. Right.
The
Halo
entirety of
3.
quick scoping, that whole era, the phase era.
Mm-hmm.
I feel Modern Warfare 3 was arguably bigger for me than Modern Warfare 2.
Really?
But Halo
Oh
3 was
boy.
massive. I remember Halo coming out, and that was I never got to experience the LAN parties,
Mm-hmm.
but I remember right off the tail end of Xbox Live becoming a thing, joining and playing Halo 3 online. That game actually got me in trouble with my mom because of the open mics, and, it just
Yeah.
started blasting slurs through my fucking TV, and that I almost lost my Xbox 360 I almost
Yeah.
lost my Xbox Live the same day I got it because they were just blasting slurs through the Halo 3 mics, but
Yeah.
as was the, old days of 360.
You'd be up at like 2 in the morning and just racial slur
Oh, yeah.
over
Oh, yeah.
open mic. Like,
It was bad. It was bad
damn
back
it,
in
I
the day.
told you to go to bed.
Yeah, it was people would be getting you caught. It was terrible. Either
Yeah,
that
man.
or, the startup sound on the Xboxes used to be so loud that my mom would hone in on that sound. If I played it like, if it midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, you just heard the bidding, she would instantaneously be in my
Mm-hmm.
room. She would know.
Yeah. You know what I miss since we're talking about
Mm.
360? The biggest thing that I miss about 360, that era of everything. Fucking vetoing maps. Voting on maps, dude.
Yes.
Think
Yes.
about it. Think about it. Once the
And it was in
360 era
every
was
shooter
gone,
almost.
every shooter, Halo Reach, Halo 3, MW2, MW3. We can keep going and going and going and going.
Yeah. The Medal of Honor games, all of them.
Where the fuck is it, dude? What happened to it? Why are they all like, no more
They
vote
took
on
all of our
maps?
choices away. It's terrible. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I
We're
don't
being
know.
forced, we're being spoon fed the content that we digest in
I feel like the
2025.
only one that,
Damn it, man.
I think Counter Strike still allows you to vote, but that game is 15 years old, so does that
Yeah.
really count? Is
Yeah,
that still from
D2.
that era?
D2 needs map voting. Like everything needs map voting. Everything would be much better if there's map voting, man.
Indeed.
I don't know why. Why? Um, but yeah, I mean, so avid gamer, fishing guy. Do you ever envision
Fishing is
yourself?
fishing's a recent thing, though. Like, I did it a lot with my grandfather as a kid, and I recently invigorated it because I got my grandfather's poles and everything
Okay.
back.
Okay. My bad.
No, you're all
My
good, you're
bad.
all good. It's been a thing it was a thing hardcore as a child, but, like, cause we would go all the time when I was younger. But recently, it's been, like, the past week, I went out, got a pole because I'm not sure how brittle or strong my grandfather's fucking 32-year-old Fluger President inshore is.
Yeah.
Like, it's so old, I can't find it on Google. Like,
Yeah.
so I don't wanna use it. So I went out and got my own pole, and then I've just been fishing for, like, a week now. I've been trying to go out, find I haven't caught a damn thing myself, but I helped a brand new fisherman yesterday catch something at a lake,
There you
like,
go.
brand new, like, just got his license, went to Walmart, got a pole, got lures, and then 50 minutes on the water, he's got a bass. I was proud. Felt like a dad, but dude is way older than me, so it was kinda weird.
Yeah. That's awesome, dude.
Uh, yeah, it was pretty fun,
I
but
I don't
trying to
know.
do it more.
There's nothing better than just sitting on a riverbank or a boat, man, and just taking in nature. It's so
Yeah,
peaceful out there if you're in the right spot, slamming some fish, having a great time.
that was kind of part of it. I don't get out of the house nearly enough by
Yeah.
myself. Like, I needed the space, and it's really peaceful, and it reminds me of my grandfather. And
Yep.
my good friend that passed a couple of years ago also really enjoyed fishing, so it feels like something to honor him, I guess.
Yeah.
But
No, that's cool, man. That's really cool. I like that a
I do
lot.
enjoy it. I do enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly, Walrus. Fishing an entire day ain't wasted if you don't catch a dang thing.
That's why they call it fishing, not catching.
Yep. 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 There's more to now if we're surviving, like in a survival aspect.
Oh yeah, no, I'm swear to God, I'm throwing a whole net in the water if that's the
Yeah,
thing.
dude. Yeah, I ain't following regulations. I'm surviving. I'm eating lots of fishies.
Yeah,
Um,
that's for sure.
so did you ever picture yourself streaming in your earlier years of your life or making content or anything?
I tried to make YouTube content way back in the day, back in 2014, 15. Nah,
Yeah.
would have been earlier than that, like 13 or 14. Tried to make content with my friend of Portal 2, Minecraft. I had a BB gun review. I had a bunch of stuff. Like, I don't even know why I did it. It was kind of just a thing to do. But the funniest part about going back and watching them, I've unlisted them now, so there's no point in fucking searching for them.
Ah.
But I'll send it to you. I'll send you the unlisted link.
All
But
right.
the funniest part about it was just me pressing record on my laptop and having the camera from the laptop turn it around to face the TV. And we were
Hell
playing the
yeah.
Xbox on the TV, and that was how I played it. I didn't know what OBS was. I didn't know about any of that. There was also another video on there that I did Minecraft on my laptop, and the video was just my face the entire time because I didn't know how to get the gameplay on there.
Hell yeah.
So that was pretty golden.
You know that could be like a meme now, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why it's unlisted. Yeah,
You gotta embrace
it's
it,
pretty
dude.
damn awful.
You
Oh,
gotta
that's
embrace it,
awful.
brother. Come on.
Yes, embrace it like that frame I got of you the other day. That
Yeah.
golden frame.
Yeah. Yeah, I can pop it up right now. I ain't scared.
That frame was golden. I loved it.
Yeah. So I got that freeze.ben channel reward. I'm gonna work that in. So when I'm in my just chatting phase.
That's so great. Uh,
You gotta
and the
embrace
faces
that shit,
zooming around,
man.
that was like one of my favorites.
Yeah, you gotta embrace that shit, you know?
Yeah.
Um, so kind of touching on, the feeling aspect of stuff. What is the worst thing that you've experienced throughout your streaming career so far? Is there anything?
Um, there was a big fight between 2 streamers, I'll leave them unnamed,
I
but
respect that.
you might already know about the drama because 'cause
I
you're in
don't.
one of the communities, but Imma leave them unnamed. But, there was drama between them, and I felt like I had to take sides, and I feel like that was the worst thing that I've experienced as a streamer so far, was feeling like I had to pick sides between 2 friendships that I've made and feeling like I have to pick between 2 communities.
Yep.
And like I said I was gonna stay on the fence. I said I was gonna stay neutral, and I'm still steadily planted in the middle. I never chose sides. I'm still a part of
Right.
both communities. But like it was the pressure and the stress of feeling like I have to cut off one person or the other.
Yep.
And it was very much like a critical shock, like I can't make a decision type
Yep.
thing. So I just didn't. And it ended up working out for me, but I feel like that was potentially um, the worst experience I've had as a streamer so far, was being in a decent amount of drama and feeling like I have to pick sides.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think you should ever have to pick sides. I don't think the drama of a streamer should ever dictate where their viewers go, where their viewers should choose to go, or anything, any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Um, which is why, like, any sort of drama or anything, like, streamers may or may not be facing, they have to keep that on their personal level, you know.
Yeah.
It's not for the public space, it's not for anything outside of, direct conversations between two parties involved, sort of deal. That's how you start
Yeah.
getting like nuclear with shit and
Yeah,
just,
you're just like a gossiper at that point, yeah.
yeah, nothing good comes
It's
from it, brother.
it's almost like a work-life balance type thing, like with the traditional 9 to 5, you don't bring your home drama to work, you don't bring your work drama to home, and it
Right, same
feels
aspect, right?
similar. Yeah, it feels similar. Like, you keep personal things out of stream because
Yeah,
it causes deflation, it causes people to leave, people to get uncomfortable. Either that or it riles people up, and then they feel like they have to retaliate in some way, shape, or form on your behalf, and it's like,
which
I
is the
don't.
worst thing that you can do being an influencer, in my opinion, right?
Exactly. I've always been like, I don't want any smoke, any shade, I don't want any problems. Like, I try to
Yeah,
keep myself and my community as peaceful as we can possibly be. I don't want problems with anybody.
yep, yep,
Like,
exactly.
even if someone tries to start some problem, I'm probably gonna attempt to smooth it over before I blow it up into a fight. Just because I avoid conflict. I don't like it.
Yeah, I would like to think nobody truly does, but I think there are people out there that
Oh yeah. There's
truly
people that just
do love disrupting the smoothness of things that are going
oh,
on,
110%.
Um, we can start opening up some questions here if you would like, because people are asking
Yeah.
questions. So earlier, Walrus, I told him I'd get back to it. Have you ever built anything yourself for like integrations? I'm assuming that he's talking about software aspects of stuff.
If I ever built anything, any software integrations. Man, when it comes to the computer stuff, I don't really know very much outside of like I did Minecraft mods back when I was a kid. I used to play Minecraft back in the day a lot. I learned a tiny bit of coding for like figuring out how to make custom mods work on the world. But that was about it. Like it was if it wasn't with a command block, I didn't know how to do it. So I'm not the most tech savvy person. Could I learn? Probably. Um, I
I think
don't think that
everybody
I've
can learn.
ever yeah, I don't think that anyone really if you put your mind to it, I don't think that you should struggle with it. It takes the dedication to learn some things, and if you have it, you should be able to get it down. Or I should say dedication and a certain level of patience,
Yep,
because
absolutely.
technology is definitely finicky, and I've gotten frustrated with OBS alone multiple times. So it depends, I guess. But have I built anything on the computer for myself custom wise? No. Anything that you see on stream or any of that is a plugin, and I just got it off of a website. So
Yeah, I'm gonna re-emphasize what he just said. Patience is so key. Absolutely. You gotta be willing to also make some failures and use that in your advantage and learn from them,
yeah,
um
yeah,
you can't just come out of the gate being a success story and like learn everything and just everything sticks overnight sort of deal.
yeah.
um
It'd be
but
perfect if you could, but
it
no.
would be
There's
it would be
there's a Formula One race car driver that he was quoted as saying, "I've learned out of wins, but I've always learned more out of failures. Always learned more out of losses."
Yep.
So I feel like no matter if you just win your entire life, I feel like you're not really learning anything.
Yeah.
You're kinda just getting the easy road, so
Yep. Failing is hard, but you always got to keep it in the back of your mind that it's making you a better person, it's creating you, it's molding you into what you're meant to become.
mhm, indeed.
Every All these failures are stair steps going up. You're steadily just you're rising to the top.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it, at least. Syrup had one. Actually, I have another question.
Yeah.
Spitballing off of Walrus's question. Have you ever built a PC or anything?
No. No.
No.
I want to though. I do want to. I really do want to.
Yeah.
I think that I think that Stoner wants a PC, and I think that I am going to attempt to build that one for her rather
That would be
than
awesome.
because there's a micro center up near a big city in my state, like 2.5, 3 hours away.
Mm-hmm.
And like micro center, you can just walk in and get everything you need to build a PC in a micro center. So figured if we have a budget, we can figure it out and I can build it.
Micro Center as dope as fuck. Love it.
Yeah, yeah. That's what the first thing that I was told when I was asking around about building a PC was, is there a micro center nearby?
Yeah.
That was like the first thing that was asked of me. I was like, "Is there a micro center?" I'm like, "What the?" I'm like, "I guess not because I don't know what micro center is, so I would say no."
Yeah. It's like it's basically, I don't know, somewhere I could call home is a micro
Yeah,
center. It's
yeah,
just a big
yeah. I've
warehouse
seen videos
of,
of it. I could call it home too.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a computer nerd's candy store, is what it is.
It's like Best Buy on steroids. Syrup is what it is.
It's Best Buy, but everything is the computer aisle.
Yes. It's like Walmart meets Best Buy, but everything is the computer aisle. Exactly like you
Mhm.
said. As far as
Yep.
like scale, Walmart store. Fucking sick. It's so
Yeah.
good.
I haven't even gone yet. I've only seen videos and I wanna go so bad.
It's
It's like
like
Chuck E.
Chuck
Cheese.
E.
Yep,
Cheese for nerds. Yeah, dude.
yep, pretty
Yeah.
much. Yep.
Um,
You just spend a whole lot more than a Chuck E. Cheese.
you can easily spend 12K there, but you only might only need three.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
It'd
dude.
be the risk of me going in there, yeah.
Rat Casino. Dude,
That would
that's
110% be the risk of me going in there. It would feel like a casino. I'd know whatever I'm walking in with, I'm not leaving with.
yeah.
I'm gonna leave with whatever in PC parts.
I would just keep looking at my finances and be like, I've got the money. And then I'd walk
Yeah,
away and come back to it. I mean, I've got the money. And then I'd
yeah,
walk
I
away.
I do that. I do that. I did that with, the PC for, like, 2 weeks, but then
Yeah,
I
I
pulled the trigger and I
remember.
thought about it. I was like, "I've been wanting the PC for, like, 3 years. I'm just gonna nah, we're doing it."
Dude,
I was
you
like,
kept on messaging me and you'd send me your cart. Should I? Should I do it today? And I'm like, yes, yes, do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it.
uh
I can be a bad friend, man.
no, I mean, we are where we are because of that decision, so it's all
Yeah.
good.
Um, Syrup had a good question as well. How do you separate your streaming with your own personal life?
It's very difficult to do. I had to, like, completely separate myself from, like when it comes to physically, I had to put my shit in the basement, alright? Like, I have to be away from everybody because any background conversations, any of that, that could just happen without me knowing about it, without me being, like, walked up on, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that to be in there. I don't need the background audio. I don't need people to be listening in on conversations, any of that. But when it comes to like keeping personal drama out of the streaming thing, I do it a lot like I do it at work. It's just a completely different, how can I put it? It's like you got two bags, right? You got two bags. One's full of all your work problems and one's full of all your life problems. And you only have one of them at a time. Just make sure to only pick up one at a time. That's pretty much how I go about it is I will completely shift my entire mindset depending on if I'm streaming or if I'm at work or if I'm just chilling at home. I have a completely and utterly different mindset.
Yep. Yeah. I It took me about 4 years to figure out that same deal. And throughout that 4 years that I've been doing this, I wish I was fortunate enough to have a business, but it's kind of been talked about and discussed of like this office that I've built now. Like we
Mhm.
close this wall in and stuff. When the doors are closed and they're locked, I am working. I'm at
Yeah.
work at that point.
Yep.
right?
Mhm.
As far as my family concerned, the doors are open and stuff. We're straight. I'm dad. We're just chilling, doing
Right.
whatever. But if the doors are closed and they're locked, I'm working, and it's the same deal, man. Different mindset, different stuff. I'm working right now. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
It's
I
exactly what
definitely,
it is.
I definitely, you know, appreciate that messaging that you figured out pretty quick for yourself. So,
I mean, I figured that out with the normal 9 to 5s, and then I just kinda carried that same mindset over.
hmm
Because when I first started working as a teen, I would have that same problem where I would bring life issues into work, and then I'd bring work issues into life, and then it just all tangle up, and I became very stressed very quickly because I would
right,
just be overstimulated with all the problems that I had. So I learned that through, therapy in my teenage years of how to separate the 2, and
yeah,
then I just brought the same training, the same mindset to the streaming world.
yeah,
And the
awesome,
socials and stuff, I do keep the, socials for my streaming and my personal completely separate. I don't even have the only personal social that I have is Facebook. Every other platform that I am on there as Dragon. I'm not on there as myself. So,
yep,
that also makes it extremely easy for me to keep my personal and my streaming socials separate because I don't mix the 2.
yep, yeah. I've since deleted all of my socials for my personal. I'm only
Yeah.
Benny Ben on
Yeah.
mine.
I've definitely been thinking about doing that because of the fact that I have a child that's getting older and all that other shit, and I don't need to worry about that.
Yep. Yep, that shit stresses me out, man. It really does. Um, so since you treat this like a business and your schedule and stuff, I'm gonna pick your brain. Do you have
Okay.
like a systematic approach for things? And what I mean by that is like, do you have like time blocks of dedicated time for certain things like social media, content creation, streaming?
Kind of, sort of. I've been working into having a dedicated schedule for the Twitch, for the content, for making clips. I've been trying to make more of it. It's less of a schedule and more of like a fluid idea, if that makes any sense. So
hmm
like because of my ADHD, I have to be rather flexible with my times and everything else because I'm very bad at keeping track of everything.
Yeah.
So I try to have a base idea of what I'm gonna do and when I'm gonna do it. So like generally my after I work and then I come home, I have family time or personal time, whatever I'm gonna do. Then I have more work. Like we were saying mentally, I have more work. I'm going to stream. I have more work. And then after that is like 30 minutes to an hour of just the clips, just the content creation side of it.
hmm
And then that's my night. That's been my days, my nights for the past 3 months, 3.5 months is besides the content creation part of it, that's been more recent. But beyond that, it's like kind of it's like a work schedule in the way that I'm my own boss and I can be fluid on when I start, but it's a base idea of like a general starting time rather than I start at A and I end at B. It's kind of I start around this time and I end around this time.
Yeah. I I have to ask too, because so I've done 3 of these interviews, 2 of which have been newer streamers that have been like you 3 months, the other one 6 months.
Mhm.
How are the newer streamers so ahead of the curve on this stuff? Because like I don't know
That's
if
same thing I've been trying to figure out this entire time, Ben. I don't understand where the explosion came from. I don't understand where the traction came from. I don't understand any of it. I'm just kind of writing
Mhm.
it out. But I've also noticed that along with like people start and then they get affiliate rapidly. But it also appears to be the same people that are integrated into the communities that want to see other people succeed.
Right.
So I think it really all depends on just I don't know if it's like a flip of the coin or if it's
Well,
like
I don't know, because I would argue the other person that I had interviewed, he was he's never been in any support groups. He's never been in for like a follow for follow. He's never been in any affiliate thing. He just went live and was like, we're gonna see how we do it, and then affiliate in 3 months, gaining traction,
Dang,
just doing this. And I'm like, you guys are ahead of the
that's
curve,
yeah,
man. Because I
yeah.
mean, I'm not playing. I've been doing this for 4 years, and you guys are talking about stuff that I am just now like having thoughts about, of like having a more systematic approach, having more like time block schedule for stuff so I can get stuff done throughout the day. And I don't know. It's
I don't
crazy, man.
even.
Like, good on you. That's what I'm meaning to say. Like, you're doing
Yeah,
great, man.
yeah. I mean, I don't even know. I just the systematic approach thing was just kind of. I want to be consistent with my content. I want to be because if people know, oh, 7:30 is when he's going live, and that's unquestionable. And if it changes, he's gonna say something. So it's like
Right.
I just wanted the consistency to be there. It wasn't really, oh, I'm gonna do this at this time. I didn't have any systematic approach or anything like that. I guess it can look like that from the outside, but really it was just I don't know if my explosion was dumb luck or what, but I'm trying to build on it. Like I feel like it's when you pull the wrong block in a Jenga tower and you try to scramble to like hold it up. Like that's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to do because I don't know where it all came from, but I'm trying to catch up to it and like figure out where it came from and figure out where the consistency is. And that's what I mean by like I'm trying to build a brand while I'm already behind on that curve.
I think you got a brand though, right? I mean, you've got your logo, you've got this, that, and the other. We can
I
talk
suppose.
more about some pointers if you're open to them.
Yeah, always.
Um, but yeah, I Walrus made me think of a rather famous saying. It I forget who said it. It's one of the creators, but it it becomes less about creativity and becomes more focused on consistency over creativity, content creation and stuff like that. Cataloo, thank you. Appreciate you. Love you, Katie.
Yeah. Consistency is I mean, I don't know that I'd say you said it outweighs creativity, yeah? Or how did you put it?
It doesn't outweigh it. So your content creation becomes more focused and driven by consistency over creativity. So rather than focusing on the ideas and the being as creative as you can, as long as you are staying consistent while you're being creative, that's going to be your key and your driving factor to success.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. You can be as creative as you want, but if you're not consistent with it and you're not consistently that level of engaging or that level of creative, I feel like it drops off just as quick as it builds up. Because
Yep.
it's just you people are humans in general are habitual creatures. If they know that you'll be there at a certain time, you're more likely to get the consistent views from like a
Yep.
psychological standpoint. But it's also like if you can be counted on to be there for entertainment, or if you can be counted on to be there in general, I feel like it helps build more of a following.
Yeah. Absolutely. A couple things too. That was kind of the stuff that I was gonna outline for you, that Walrus and Katie are saying in chat. You know, brand is more than just your logo, thumbnails, design, stuff like that. It's your overall persona, how you carry yourself online. A lot of
Yeah.
mine of which is, just being authentic, genuine, open, honest. Like, this is what I agree with,
Yeah.
this is what I don't. That's my brand. That's who I am. That's what I'm providing for the space of my community,
Like
lifting
I
those up
suppose
around me.
yeah. Like I suppose I have one, but I can't put words to it. Like I can't really name it myself, but
Hmm.
it's pretty much the same core values as my general life is I just honesty and discipline are big ones for me because like I just whatever I value in life is kind of what I value online. So
Yeah.
I
So
guess
then
that
you
is a
just,
genuine aspect.
yeah, and then you just start like every time you're creating or you're, um, you're streaming, you just keep that in the back of your mind. Like, am I being honest? Am I being disciplined? Am I being like my authentic self? You know,
Yep,
and it just kind of shapes into your own mold of this is who I am. This is my online persona.
indeed.
So
It just
yeah,
takes
a lot of good
I think
stuff.
it's just gonna take the time because I just have to build on it. It's very much like a foundation level at the current moment.
Yeah. And I know a lot, like being in the game for as long as I have, it takes time, brother. It really does. It like,
Mhm.
and you're gonna get around like a year or two, year and a half rather, is where I started experiencing it, where it was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And that's gonna be the point in your career where you're gonna be like, it's gonna define how you overcome those things. And you're gonna learn a lot about yourself through that. And I would highly
Right.
encourage you. If you experience that, remember this conversation, reach out if you need to, and I'll help you through it, man.
Right. Yeah. I mean, when I experience burnout on a pretty regular basis, I feel like in my general life, because of the
Hmm.
ADHD, I get bored with things very quickly. I need to move on with things very quickly. But I generally do just push through with it. But I mean, yeah, I hope that day doesn't come for me with this, as you're saying. But yeah, I believe that if it does, I'm gonna do the same approach as I've always done and just push through it. Try to keep everything as authentic as possible, and if anything does go wrong with it, just be honest about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, so we usually strive for about an hour and a half here. We're at an hour and 20. So with that being said, I'd like to open it up to both of our chats and have any questions be asked, learn more about you
Alright.
from their point of view, from the questions that I've asked. So it kind of molds and shapes it into anything that they've, wondered along the journey of the interview going on. Since you've started, what would you say your best moment has been so far from NS Syrup?
Um, I don't know. I think my best moment would have been the first stream that I got the PC and I got everything working and I got all the tech doohickeys and everything doing what I wanted them to do. The pride that I felt in myself doing that stream and during that stream, having everything go smoothly was ungodly, actually. I felt like a legend 'cause nothing ever goes right for me. So I'd say that was a great moment, and just having the PC finally was a great moment, but, I got a couple of them. Affiliateship, I feel like that's a great moment in everyone's Twitch career, everyone's Twitch
Mm-hmm.
journey, hitting affiliateship. Um, Hitting 100 people was crazy. That was a great moment in my career. I still remember the 100th person, the 100th person, and, like, they're VIP'd. Um,
Oh, you VIP'd him just for being the 100th one?
yep, 110%.
Hell
Yep.
yeah, dude. That's awesome.
Um, let's see.
I love
All
that.
of the gifted subs. Earth Smasher came through and, gifted 50 subs one time. That was, like I almost cried on stream. I don't cry about a lot of things, but that almost got me.
Oh, I bet, dude.
Um,
I will absolutely bet, man.
those are about all the ones I got. Besides just about every time that someone comes in and just engages in chat is a great moment in stream, to be honest with you. I just enjoy talking to anybody that comes through and the engagement. It's not even like it's not an attention thing either. It's more of like a just a friendship thing, I guess.
Yeah.
'Cause I know that that's some people's goals with, wanting to be an influencer and whatnot. Like, I feel like it's bigger on TikTok and stuff, but, like, just the attention seeking part of it, and
Well,
that's not mine at all.
what's crazy is the amount of friendships that you can actually create through streaming. The amount of people like
Yeah.
yourself, like, a lot of others that I've met that are like genuine friends that it's not just talking online anymore. It's like we're checking in with each other, seeing how each person's doing day to day, man. It's crazy. It's great. I love it. Why
Yeah.
I'll always
No,
suggest to anyone take the plunge into streaming because it's not what it looks. It's fucking great. I love it.
yeah, no, it's pretty great. Um, I'd say the only downside, or not even downside, but the most stressful thing for me personally with streaming is all the tech issues. Like
Hmm.
that's really the only stress when it comes to streaming. So if you even want to attempt it, just hit the go live button. It's one click.
Yeah.
Why not?
Um. Oh, you want my side? What's my favorite moment of streaming? Man, I think for me personally, if I had to pick a certain moment, it was deciding to come back at the beginning of January. Um, Having the realization that I didn't have a creative outlook anymore, wanting to be driven by building a community, lifting other people up around me, making a positive movement on the digital space, and um, being authentic and like making shit that I'm proud of as a content creator. I think that moment and that shift is like something that I don't know. It just changed my life in such a positive way, man. It that that moment right there, sitting on the couch with my wife and being like, I think I miss doing this. I think I want to do it again. The entire mindset that was driven right there it's gonna stick with me probably for the rest of my life. I don't know why, but it was really important. I don't know.
Yeah.
It
There's
might
some things
sound
that just
weird, but it was. So, Walrus asked earlier, starting out, what was your biggest struggle?
um I think even my biggest struggle, because I was in the small niche of like sim racing and racing games, I think my biggest struggle starting out was even getting views, like at all, getting anyone in there because um like Assetto Corsa isn't very big on Twitch. Let me tell you that. Um so even getting people in front of the stream was a struggle. Um Feeling comfortable on a camera for the first time was pretty difficult for me. I warmed up to it pretty quickly, but like just being okay with sitting on camera in front of people potentially for hours is very uncomfortable for me. But I wouldn't really say that there were any big struggles besides just figuring out how to get anyone to look at it, if that makes any sense. Figuring out how to get any views at all was my biggest struggle in the very
Yeah.
beginning. And I feel like
Uh,
I overthought the hell out of it, and I feel like once I just kind of went, "Eh, I don't really care if people watch it or not," was when it started to go up for me.
yeah. Did you ever have that you seem like someone that might saying something like that, going live, having your camera and just sitting here and just like at it and just your heart is like thump,
Yeah,
thump, and
yeah,
you're like fuck, 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 fuck. I did that for like a year straight, man. I
yeah.
honestly didn't
Like,
think
I checked
I was
my
gonna make it.
preview or my camera a lot, and I just be like, "Damn, I look dumb as hell right now. Look fucking
Yeah.
awful." Where it's like, I get very self-judgmental. So I feel like that was the hardest part was the camera for me.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know, man. There was a certain, I made a video, I believe, where like this thing right here, this camera, it's your friend. You treat it like a friend. Like
Yeah,
you I know that sounds weird. It really does. But you talk to this thing like you're talking to one of your friends, one of your homies, and you're like, yo, this is how it is, team. You know? And
pretty much. That's how I had to do it too. Was it's less of a camera and more of a set of eyeballs.
yeah,
It's like it's yeah, you can't think of it as a camera when you have it because I have anxiety as well, so I feel like that fed into it. But once I stopped thinking of it, it's almost like that old wives' tale of like, if you're giving a public speech, just think of everyone in their underwear. Kind of
yeah,
like the same thing. It's not a camera, it's a person. That's a person.
yeah.
I'm just having a normal conversation. It's not
This
tons of people looking at me behind a camera.
yeah, this thing right here, this is your homie that you can share, like, you know, that you can fuck with. You can hang out, you can talk about. And like, I don't know. It's weird. That's the way I look at it, man. And I'm gonna tell you, as soon as I started doing that, it was like so I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense. All of you that are watching, because you're all my friends.
I feel like just being critical of myself in general was a bad thing. And once I stopped doing that, it kind of helps me grow a bit because you kind of stifle your own creativity if you're being too critical of yourself.
Yeah. I've
You
got
kind of just
another one for
gotta
you.
let just gotta be a goofy.
I've got another one for you. Um, you watch your VODs back at all?
Sometimes. Yeah. I don't watch
Sometimes?
them all back, but I do watch like I'd say 1 in 3 of them. I watch them back every 1 in 3. So I don't have that much time to watch all of my content because that'd be a whole lot. But
Yeah.
yeah, I do watch some of them back. I feel like it's almost required to be able to know what you have to improve on and what you do well. Because
Yeah.
I found out that I just had long periods of time that I wasn't talking or when I was talking I was monotone. I wasn't very engaging.
Yep.
So like if I wouldn't have watched my VODs, I wouldn't have learned those tricks.
Yeah.
But do I watch them as often? Not anymore. But I feel like I have to start watching them more often.
Absolutely. Absolutely,
Lem
man.
says you got fire content. I appreciate you, Lem. Thank you, buddy.
Um, yeah, it's just yeah. I'm gonna say it again, man. You've you're so ahead of the curve because again, it was like 2 years, and I was like, I should probably watch my VODs back. And the minute I did, I was like, how do I expect people to watch this? This is fucking miserable, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I watched like 1 or 2 maybe like tip guides on being a streamer, but not like to be big, just to be like entertaining, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't watch any this is how to blow up on Twitch. Nah, I was just like watching how to be a more entertain how to be like a better entertainer or how to be a more interactive live streamer or things like that. Like and it wasn't I didn't take every single piece of advice from it either because not everything is a one size fits all for everything. You have to figure out what works for you and what doesn't.
Right.
But that's how I went about it. And I
Um,
feel I don't even at this point I don't flinch at hearing my own voice. I'm hearing it in my ears right now. I don't care about my own voice anymore. But at first, my God, I judged the hell out of myself at first.
yeah. Yeah.
As I did with the video. I very critical of myself and my voice at first.
Um, a lot of it's to do with like when you hear your voice back, when you're speaking on your own, you can hear the vibrations of your vocal cords up here. And like when you hear just the audio, you don't hear the vibrations of the vocal cords that you do on
Yeah.
yourself. So like it sounds very off to you hearing your own voice back. That's why everyone that ever hears their own voice back, it's like that's fucking weird. That's what I sound like. It's because you don't hear those vocal vibrations. within your body.
Yeah.
Like you can put your hand on your chest and you can feel it as you talk. Those with like a lower voice, it'll be more prominent when they talk. It's very,
Oh yeah.
you know, yeah.
Because I don't like it.
What goes
Here's a
first,
question.
the milk or the cereal? Yes, this is
The
a very
cereal, are
important
you
question.
mental? The
Yes,
cereal, are you
I told
crazy?
you, racing is a
The
real one.
cereal.
Thank God.
Cereal always goes first.
This is becoming a fucking meme argument in my community, man. Like,
It's always been a meme argument. How do you find a balance between being yourself with your audience while also keeping your private life private? Um,
that's a good question, Katie.
being yourself and being yourself, you can be yourself without bringing your problems or your issues onto stream. I feel like when it comes to being myself, it's more of the qualities that I represent and the qualities that I like to hold up versus my my I don't want to say my current existence because it doesn't feel like it makes any sense. But like my current life situation is not me being myself. That's just my experiences and my problems and my issues. Me being myself is me bringing the same qualities that I have within myself in that life to the streaming environment. So pretty much it's the same thing as like just act the same way that I act on a day-to-day basis, but don't bring those problems onto the stream.
Yeah, dig that. What
Dano
else we
says
got,
thanks.
team?
That's the only right answer. That is the only right answer. The only one.
Hey, Dano, you should tell him what she does with cereal. At some point, your community will be involved enough that they want to see here about some. Agreed. Agreed, Walrus.
Yeah, and I've already ran into that issue with being a father. But like it's just you have to walk on eggshells in a way almost about like how you portray things or how much you expose. You know, and especially when it comes to having children, you don't want to expose too much information and you don't want to bring too much family issues onto the table. So it does my fiance Satan puts milk in first, then puts it in the microwave and adds cereal.
Why did you call her Satan?
What the fuck?
Why did you call her Satan, dude?
That's awful. Someone had a question about time management earlier.
Yeah, I got you. I got it. How do you find a balance between yourself and your audience while also keeping your private life private? That I thought,
I answered
didn't we
that
just
one.
answer that? Didn't we just
Yeah.
answer that?
Is it this one? Also, I have ADHD. What do you think? Do you think streaming has made your time management better than before?
Oh,
I do have time management issues. I have terrible time management issues. And I feel like it's helped me become more punctual. That's for sure. I feel like without 3 months of doing it, of like I'm there at 7:30 and I'm gonna start at 7:30. I would have been late today, but I was like, "Nah, I gotta be punctual. I gotta be there." And I was at the lake. I huffed it up the hill. I was like, "Nah, I'm gonna be late."
I'm not gonna lie. You sent me that picture, and I was like, "Oh, homie's about to be late. He's fishing. I'm not doing this
Nah, I was
tonight."
on time. I was on time, 110% on time.
Yeah, and
But
then
that lake is also 7 minutes away from me, so that's that.
uh right at
Yeah.
7:45 on the dot, when I told homie we needed to link up, he was like, "Ready? You ready, Ben? Let's fucking go, man." And I'm like, "Hell yeah, dude. Let's go." No, that's one of my goals right now is being more punctual, being
Yeah.
ADD. Um, and I've got a complete fucking mind trip that I do. Um,
Oh, yeah. But I'd say that it only got better with streaming, though. That's what I'd
yeah.
say. I'd say that my time management in my day-to-day life is still just as awful.
Um, if I may, what I do is I made this like big extravagant spreadsheet of like
Ooh.
time blocks, and then
Mhm.
like I treat it like a time card for work, and I clock in and I clock out, and I get these steps done, and then I'm like, okay, now I can do whatever I want to do today. And that,
Yeah.
dude, it's the only fucking way that I
That's
can
like,
like,
back in school, I had to have an agenda. It was the same kinda thing, like, I'd give it to
yeah,
the teacher. First thing in the morning, they'd give me a list of things I gotta get done throughout the day, and then and that's the only way I could
yep,
get through school. So it's pretty much the same thing. I have,
yeah.
a list at work too, like yeah, lists are big for me, they help a lot, but I haven't tried to, I haven't tried to implement that in streaming yet.
Damn, Katie coming in with the fucking
Yeah, that's a
cracked
damn good question.
good questions. Damn. Oh, I know how to use Excel. Do dot do dot do. Look at
The
me.
Williams racing team could use you, man. They're running their stuff off in Excel.
Uh,
That was a
X
whole meme with them last year was they were running a whole racing team off Excel spreadsheets.
uh no. Dano,
That's pretty
hold on. I gotta follow up because you wanna ask what's gonna set me over the top. My goddamn spreadsheets, my boy. That's what's gonna make me go to the top, dude. All right, back on track with stuff. Is there one piece of advice
Prime
you could
operator.
give to yourself when you first started?
Um, uh, don't stress it. Don't stress it too hard because I feel like the first when it first started to pop off, I feel like I was way, way, way too focused on the numbers, and I let it mess with my head. And then once I stopped caring, it was like almost a resurgence of growth. So I was like, I stopped focusing on growth and started focusing on making myself and my content as genuine and entertaining as I could make it. So that's what my piece of advice would be, would focus less on the numbers and focus more on making the content as entertaining and enjoyable as possible. Because I feel like
That's
if I had done that from the dead start, I'd be in even higher spots than I am now.
that's exactly where my brain went, man. I think that's what I would tell every single brand new content creator streamer coming into the gate is yeah, don't stress the numbers, don't stress the small stuff, be yourself, focus on being entertaining over everything else.
Because you can focus on the numbers as much as you want, but if you're not entertaining or engaging or enjoyable to watch, taking note of those numbers does nothing other than beat yourself up because they won't improve. Do you have any streamers you watch religiously that help give you inspiration? Mm. The only content creator slash streamer I watch religiously is Markiplier, and I wouldn't say that I watch him for inspiration, but I've definitely taken inspiration from him. I want to be more like the guy because he's a very genuine human being. But
Dude, I've
not
been watching
really.
him since I was young, man. He's
Yeah, yeah. Since he started, yeah. Amazon
yeah,
or not Amazon, Amazon. Jesus Christ,
YouTube.
Amnesia. Back in Amnesia, back in those days was when I started watching him.
Hmm.
Him and PewDiePie back when they played, Amnesia: The Dark Descent, like
Oh,
2013, 2014.
yeah.
So I started watching those guys.
Mentioned before that you struggled with getting seen as a niche streamer. Did you ever find yourself regretting choosing a niche? And if so, how did you combat that feeling? Fucking Katie's
I
cracked,
don't
dude.
regret yeah, these questions are God sent, but, I don't regret choosing a niche. I don't regret choosing a niche. I'd still say that I'm squarely inside of that niche. I'm just not actively streaming it right now. You know what I mean? I can't without my setup. But I would 110% say that, I don't regret choosing a niche because if I get any following from that niche, I know that I'll rock with them forever because us motorsport heads stay together like that. So, if I find any content or if I find any engagement or any following from my niche, then I know that they're gonna stick around because it's an interest we both have, versus just playing the popular game or just doing whatever is getting views and follows on Twitch. My niche that I chose, the quote unquote niche that I chose at first, is my true passion. So I would never regret sharing and showing the world that. But if I wouldn't have branched out, I would have regretted that, I would say.
Yeah,
'Cause, like,
precisely.
you can have a niche, but you don't have to stay in it, you know what I mean? Who's my favorite race? It depends, what series are we talking? Big Dano, what series, what racing series? Because I have multiple favorite racers and multiple favorite racing series. What do I stream? You said you've been racing, but what have you been playing recently? I play BeamNG Drive, I just bought that yesterday. I got Outbreak, I got a whole bunch of different things, Repo, Schedule One, Fortnite. I plan on getting a Assetto Corsa for the PC and having it modded and everything once I get the setup down here with me. Um, then we'll get back on the sim racing stuff. That's for sure. But it used to be just a Assetto Corsa day in and day out, and then some Formula One 24 day in and day out. Because there was a point in time that I was sixth in the world on that game on F1 24. So
Damn.
it was a point in
Damn.
time. Not anymore, but there was a point in time. Who's my favorite racer in NASCAR? He says Dale Earnhardt Sr. Can't ever top him.
Yep.
NASCAR died with
Absolutely.
Dale. You can't change my mind.
Absolutely. I agree.
Do you have any plans for the future of the channel? Maybe other facets you want to explore? Vlogging. I want to explore IRL streaming. I even planned on one of these times. I just got to find a lake that has a spot that I'll be confident that I won't lose my phone. But I plan on doing a fishing stream come soon here. So I want to do some. Yeah, she said fish stream when fish stream in the next 2 weeks. I'll say that fishing stream in the next 2 weeks. I just got to find somewhere that I can fish and not worry about losing my phone.
Um, Something else I'd like to circle back on. So I think a lot of streamers, content creators, they get focused on a niche as a specific game. The only
Hmm.
the only thing I was gonna say is like your niche is more than just a certain topic, certain game, certain that kind of goes into your brand and persona. Your niche is
Yeah,
who you are selling, who you know.
yeah, and that's why it's racing dragon. It's all started with motorsport, and my entire life and branding and my interests all kind of circle around that. So that's kind of my niche is motorsports, and I'm perfectly fine with that, you know?
Yo, that syrup, yeah. Why do you think me and this homie mesh so well?
Co-stream fishing win?
Yeah. Could you imagine if we could get that
Dude,
squared away,
you'd need,
dude?
like, a PC on the lake, I think, for that.
Nah, nah, we can do it.
Uh, that'd be dope, though. Yeah, I thought about it. Get a head cam.
I got a head cam.
I'll just be looking like, what's it called? Heads up with the card. Just be like this. That's how it'd be.
Actually, I don't know where my GoPro is.
Can you stream to the GoPro?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, then yeah, then I'll have to figure that out, and then boom, we can get it done. Cause I didn't buy one. It's no big
I
deal.
have, I think 2 or 3 years ago, I did a fishing stream at our local reservoir.
Yeah,
And
Imma have to do that.
I was using a bait caster, and there was like 20 people that came in. I went to the fishing
Mhm.
category, and they were like, "Finally, a person who knows how to fish." And I said, "I'm learning how to use a bait caster, dude." And I just fucking bird nest it like a million times. Like,
Yeah, I use a reel cast. I use a reel casting.
A local
Or
race,
Spincaster, I mean.
dude. That would be fun, man. Baitcasters are the shit now. Now that I know how to use it, man, it's all in your thumb, controlling it.
Yeah, yeah. I use the Spincast at the moment. Baitcaster just seems difficult,
It's
but
not too
any
bad.
I mean, uh, am I even fucking saying it right? Hold on. Is it Spincast or Realcast? I feel like it's Realcasting.
Um, well,
Yeah,
it's,
Realcasting. Spincasting is like the little children one. I'm
yeah.
just a goofball. Nah, I've been using Realcasting.
Well, there's open face and closed face too, right?
Yeah, I have the open one. I
Yeah.
just went and got a Shimano FX. It's like a little $35 pole, but it's decent.
Shimano's
It's
the
quality.
shit. So is Luger.
Yeah, that's my grandfather's pole. It's a Fluger Presidential inshore. It's got a 7
Yeah,
foot.
dude. Fucking, they're the shit, man. I love
Yeah.
Fluger.
Mhm. Thing can feel anything in the water, but that's also why I worry about it because I worry if it's brittle or not. It's like one of the first graphite poles they made, graphite composite. So I kind of just want to put it up on the wall and not snap it or run the risk of snapping it.
Yeah, I agree, man. Can I
You
teach the
teach you
ways
the
of a
ways of
baitcaster?
bait catching.
Yeah, dude. Um, maybe.
I gotta go get a bait caster, but I'd be down. I got
Baitcasters,
the
the
reel at this
biggest thing
point.
that you can do is you put your bait on and you dial it back until it slowly falls. And then once it hits the ground, when the reel should stop spinning, and that's when you can, and it'll just zip, man. You can slowly control
Yeah.
it with your thumb where you want it to
I
go.
just worry about the birds nesting it. That's what I worry about.
It's just not adjusting it for your specified bait weight
Nah,
correctly. That's all the
yeah.
bird's nest comes into. So Katie had another really good long question.
Oh, good boy. Attaboy.
Oonga boonga
Atta, let's
mode.
do it. Let's do it. You said that the biggest struggle is technical difficulties. How do you learn to combat those issues? Was it more of a live and learn, or did you have people around you help? Do you have any recommendations for reliable information resources on those issues? Um, Part of it was live and learn, and part of it was just ask anyone with any kind of knowledge. I know that I've ran to Ben about some OBS problems before. Um, he's a big help. Internet, Reddit, Reddit's a big one. Um, but really, it's I just fiddle with things until I get them to work how I want them to work. That's how I've always operated. Um, it leads to a lot more frustration than I need to go through, that's for sure, but, that's how I've always operated is trial and error. So, average ADHD style, mhm, mhm, yep, yep, you got it. Nail on the head right there.
Um, yeah, all you guys think I'm OBS king. I don't know. I've been in the
Reddit
game for
hates to
long
see me
enough.
coming.
I've been in the game long enough, I guess. I don't know. I don't feel like
I
I'm
mean,
that great with it, but
you're selling yourself short.
um long complicated issue with too many.
Mm, I live in
What
being the
else?
king googly.
What else we got from my man Racing Dragon? Gonna have to wrap it up here soon, team. I also want to thank all of you publicly. The podcast on my YouTube channel for the Go Getter interviews is like fucking popping off like nothing ever has before. So I thoroughly appreciate all of the people that are probably here and have been watching the videos back because it truthfully means a lot to me. Taking the time to learn about our community and people that support yours truly. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah, now that
As
I've
all the
already done it, I can go back and watch them because I didn't wanna get any hints on what the questions will be or any of that, so now I get to watch
yeah,
them.
Yeah, they're not really scripted or anything. I mean, I have a flow with just kind of like some talking points to kind of mold and shape the conversation, and I
Yeah, it
like the
was more like I
aspect
didn't wanna
of
overthink it.
yeah.
Sorry, go
I
ahead.
I I want the aspect of, the Twitch chat shaping the interview process and feeling like they're a part of the people that, you know, we deserve to know more of, like yourself, Bella, and Hucklecat, the three that we've interviewed so far, and we're gonna have so many more in the future, man. I'm so excited for the future. But anyways,
Oh, yeah. Makes me wanna stream all kinds of stuff. Go for it. Do it.
yeah, I think the biggest thing that a lot of streamers, including myself, has fallen into the trap of is like I'm a very not very much anxious person, but I have to know every aspect of everything that can go wrong so I can
Yeah.
combat that while I'm live,
Mhm.
especially. And I spent like a solid year. Like I went live once or twice, was like, okay, I didn't know how to fix this. So I found a website called Skillshare. I would highly recommend it to anyone. You can
Yeah.
learn about
Kinda
how to be
recommend
more
it.
entertaining, how to do this, how to do that. And I spent like a solid year learning OBS, DaVinci Resolve, audio, um, this, that, and the other. And then I came back to streaming, got affiliate in 3 months, took another break. I got to work on this. And then it's just been, now we're going hard into it. I live in software dev every day. So that would be part of my Twitch. Also do PvP stuff. Yeah, you should, dude. Um, I forgot where I was going with that was a lot of the thing that people fall into the trap of is just not going live. You got to rip it off like a band-aid and just press go live and try it.
Yep. Yep.
So you can
100%.
define what you need to do to get better at what you need to get better at. You know?
Yeah, it's just like, watching the VODs back. You don't have to watch the whole thing. Just, like, pick a random segment of, like, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, watch it back, and then see what you have to improve on. Take notes on yourself from a viewer's perspective. Don't think
Um,
about it like, "Oh, this is me," but think about it like, "Is this entertaining?" That's how I had to go about it.
I did that for a certain reason, Katie. If you are truly interested in doing a go-getter interview, I've kind of set them up, but I'm getting a lot of people that want to do them very quickly, and we're booked through May already. So make sure you join that Discord, submit an application so I don't lose you and all of the other people that are wanting to do these interviews. That
I'm
way
honored
we can,
I'm honored that you just asked me to do it then. I'm honored,
yeah,
man.
dude, well, I asked like a lot of people that are kind of close to me, realistically, and then I made some posts on social medias, and then it was like, boom, I want to do it. I
Boom.
want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it. And I'm like, fuck, this is unsustainable. I can't do all of these interviews, you know?
That's how it goes, man, that's how it goes.
But I
When you're
mean,
looking for engagement, you get far too much, but that's just how it goes, it's all good.
yeah, yep. So what else we got, team? Anything going once?
I'm shocked, no questions from my chat. Know me too well, do you?
I took all the good ones. My
You did
fault.
take all the good ones, you
You
really did
did.
take all the good ones. Many, many good ones.
No, that's good. So I think also something else someone had suggested to me was some feedback from you on the entire process near the end here. How do you feel like it went? Something we can be doing better as on my end for the entire interview process, or you like the entire thing and think we should be keep
It went pretty smoothly. I mean, for having you having ADD and me having ADHD, the fact that we stayed on track mostly for 2 hours is damn impressive. I
Yeah,
can't deny that fact at all. That's really well done, to be honest.
because it's important, man. It's important to me that I know more about the people that support me. So,
Oh, one more question. Do you have any other hobbies besides this and fishing? Um,
and racing,
Sleeping.
sleeping,
Yeah,
it's best.
and racing. Yeah, racing. Motorsports, 110% motorsports, but as a parent, sleeping, I'm tired a lot, so I really learned to enjoy my sleep and not take it for granted.
Sleep is so fucking good. I could sleep forever.
It also has a huge thing to do with your mental health. If you don't get enough sleep, you can plummet pretty quickly.
Absolutely.
Ever dive into IRL racing? Not the legal kind, but, we won't go into that.
I love that answer so much. um, Walrus is
But do I
kind of a
wanna get a
gearhead.
car but do I wanna get a car on track? Hell yes, 110%. I actually plan on doing it this summer. They have a thing up in Chicago called, Extreme Racing, where they, like, let you take a Ferrari, Lamborghini, Porsche, whatever you choose. It's like $500 for, like, 3 laps. You go with an instructor. So, I plan on doing that. That's a lot of money for doing it, but shit, I'll do it. Um And hopefully I could get content out of that. Hopefully they'll let me take a camera. Yeah, yeah. Stream it. That's the plan. If they allow me to do that. But either that or it's also like little go to a go-kart track or something. There's things we can do.
I love go-kart racing so much, man. So much.
Yeah. I haven't done go-karts in a long time, but I want to so bad. Definitely a gearhead. Oh yeah. And you and I will get along well. Get along well.
Um,
Don't say a dang thing about the F1 weekend that just happened. I haven't finished the race. Please don't say a thing. 'Cause I'm on like lap 20 of 57. Please don't say a thing.
um, yeah, what's wild is like I don't think you'll mind, Walrus. Um, I better not. I don't know. I'll have him weigh in if he wants, but my dad used to build stock cars, like racing stock cars, like dirt track stock cars.
Nice. Yeah. That's
And
what we have
yeah,
around here for the most part. We have dirt tracks.
yeah, and his dad also used to help with the same stock car. So when we
Dang.
were like real young. Oh,
Nice. Not bad.
yeah.
Yeah. I have a buddy whose dad does like drag racing, but I haven't talked to him in a
that's
long time.
that's a different breed, man. Drag racing is 100% a different breed.
Oh yeah. Especially once you get into the long bodied, like purpose built dragsters.
Mm-hmm.
It's mental.
Yep. Both
350s and
350s and 4.
454s all the time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, those are good engines.
Chevy. Good old Chevy.
Yeah, it is.
Chevy
Yeah,
350. All right, guys. You streaming? Because if so, I'm gonna raid you.
I do believe so. We're gonna do some BMNG drive, I think.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, if you haven't already, we're gonna raid the homie Racing Dragon. Make sure you guys follow him. He's more than just a fellow streamer or content creator. He's a friend at this point. So I'm more
Hell
than
yeah.
more than stoked to have you on the third interview that we've done here, man. So um
I appreciate you having me, bro.
yeah. Any closing statements or anything? Feel free and wrap up and
I don't really have any closing statements at all, to be
yeah.
honest with you. Other than keep it real and follow Ben because he's a legend. beyond that, I don't really have any closing statements.
You're a great one, dude. I appreciate you.
Of course, buddy. Of course.
So, all right, guys. We're just gonna move right into a raid for Racing Dragon. So, I'll let you take it from here. My fellow
Alright.
streamer. Keep them in good health for me while I'm gone. Okay.
Of course. I'll try my hardest. I mean, can't promise much, but I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we'll see you over there. But I'm excited to see this beam in G.
I haven't done any mods to it yet, I don't think. But
Yeah. Do you have the multiplayer yet?
I have the newest version, so I should. I definitely should. Why are you trying to play?
No, I gotta make this a video now, dude.
Ah, I see. I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Said I gotta
I gotta
edit,
do you
bro.
right,
Come
man.
on.
I gotta do you right. Typically, it'll
Alright.
be posted on Tuesdays from the Sunday. So
All good. That's a pretty quick turnaround time, man.
I gotta EQ audio. I gotta do this, that, and the other, and yeah.
Yeah. See, that's where it becomes a struggle for me because even getting the audio to work out on OBS was difficult. And like,
You were 100, Walrus. So
yeah,
were you,
you were
Katie.
100. Katie came in with the best questions.
We're about to go, team. We're about to go to Racing Dragon. We're about to get over there. We're about to leave in 5, 4, 3, 2. Love you. Bye.
Bye. I gotta end the call to get my cam back.
All right, man.
They're all good. I appreciate the raid. I appreciate the interview, my man.
Yep. I'll see you in the chat, homie.
Thank you very much.
Yep. We'll see you, man. Later on.
See you, buddy.